this has to go without saying, but maybe someone needs to hear it. You cannot let AI write for you. Hey, welcome everyone. Today we are talking about why CEOs fail on LinkedIn and how to fix it. I'm Evan, the Director of Social Media at Media Mindfield.
I'm Shania, a Senior Social Media Coach here at Media Mindfield, working directly with executives and brands on their social media. So if I Googled your name today, or if I asked AI, what would it tell me about you? Little known fact, LinkedIn is actually the second most cited platform through ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity. So it's really important to make a name for yourself and have that information out there for AI and people to find.
Yeah, and LinkedIn matters. I mean, it's the second most cited more than ever, obviously. It's not just a digital resume anymore. It's not just a job board site. This is where you can actually build and affect your online reputation. You can rank, just like Shania said, in AI search. You can control that to a degree. You can build trust. You can become or prove thought leadership there. And not just that, there are interview opportunities, speaking opportunities. If you're a reporter, if you're someone booking speaking gigs, we know those folks are going to social media to see and to vet who is this person who might be someone we would book for something. And oftentimes, if there isn't a social presence, that could be something that is a major detractor and could pull you out of the running. So there's endless value, recruiting, actual sales. That's not the goal of social, but it can occur from having a presence. So there is obvious value. Why do so many CEOs still get it wrong?
The first reason that we see CEOs failing on LinkedIn is because they don't actually have a complete profile. So not an updated headshot, there isn't a banner image that's mingling in with their company that they own, having any of their information completed in their about section, their headline. Who are you and what are you trying to tell us? So some of that basic information is going to give people more of the details about who you are without just giving the job title. So if we were to look at your LinkedIn today and removed your job title, what would your profile tell us about you? Is it telling us what your passions are, what your interests, who you are as a person, or is it just telling us, I work at this company?
This is the lowest level you must have. If you are a CEO and executive and you have an incomplete, largely incomplete, you want to have every section, but the main things you were just talking about, that is, I'm going to say, unacceptable. Yeah. All right, next thing, not posting enough. Having no posting cadence, isn't that why we have social after all? So what we have is a recommendation on this, and it is a low level of time investment for a huge, more maximal level of impact, and we call it 1-3-5. There's a lot of frameworks like this, but this is very simple. One original post per week is what we want to see distributed on your channel. And this is an original post. I'd say, let's look at a 4-week month. Maybe one of those could be reshare, a reshare of your company or something else.
Exactly.
Resharing is not a strategy. That should not be all of your posts. So 1 original post, 3 substantive comments per week on other people's channels. LinkedIn, actually all social platforms, but LinkedIn especially really rewards people who are social. They want you on the channel. They want you building up engagements and views and all that on other people's profiles, and they reward your content for what you do on other pages. So add a thought, push somebody, share your stance, give your own experience on somebody's post that might play in and add to the conversation. 3 per week, not hard to do. And the last one, maybe most people do just by being on LinkedIn, but 5 reactions to posts. Basically just click the heart, the thumbs up, the celebration hands or whatever. Find 5 posts, obviously that aren't yours, and just simply react to them. These are 1-3-5 actions to take per week. And again, these actions can take 15 to 30 minutes a week. Pro tip, put it on your calendar. If you don't schedule the time, social isn't going to do it all on its own. So if you see the value, actually put in the small amount of effort needed to make a post, make 3 comments, like 5 things, and you will see a huge impact compared to people who do not. And this is what we've used with CEOs and executives for years.
Yeah, and setting that reminder when you're already going through your news links, your morning updates, you're scrolling through your emails, just add it into your routine and it'll become a constant, and then it won't feel like any extra time.
Just don't get lost doom scrolling. Yeah.
Very true. The third reason we see CEOs failing on LinkedIn is sounding too robotic or sounding too structured. So storytelling and authenticity is where you're really gonna win on social media, because you're able to share your own thoughts and your own feelings versus sounding too much like artificial intelligence, letting things kind of write for you. I wanna sound less like, this is what I learned recently, here's what I observed, and telling more from your own perspective in the lines of, here's kind of how I'm continuing to build culture with my team. Here's, different ways that we're interacting along with our team, our company, our executives, anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, this has to go without saying, but maybe someone needs to hear it. You cannot let AI write for you. At best, AI can write at a freshman level. And if you're thinking about being a thought leader, which is such a buzzword term, think about what it actually is, though. You're leading thought in your industry. You're leading thinking. Is AI going to do that, or is you, an executive, a CEO, someone innovating in an industry with a unique competitive advantage, are you going to be the one to do that? And secondarily, it's going to make you sound like everybody else. A huge piece of being a thought leader, take AI out of the mix for a second, is you can't sound like everybody else. So you need to lean harder into sounding different and actually taking a stance that shows your experience, the expertise you've brought. You need to stand out both by not using AI for writing your language and by not being like everybody else.
Exactly. And one tip that I have that I've shared with clients as well is, if you're going to talk about a topic or a subject, how would you share it in a room full of people that work at your organization? Are you going to copy and paste what AI is telling you, or are you going to put your own spin and your own kind of language to it? That's what we recommend on social media, because that comes off more authentic and storytelling as a whole. The fourth way that we see CEOs failing on LinkedIn is to not know who their audience is. When you're writing something on social media and you're not targeting a specific audience, you're really writing and posting to no one, which isn't the goal of social media. We want to make sure that you're targeting, what are you looking at? Other executives, peers in your industry, potential new hires, the employees that work at your company. Who are you wanting to talk to and resonate with? That's how you should tailor your social posts, so that they're coming off to the right people without explicitly saying, to my employees. The language will give enough of that to your employees, and knowing that that means a lot to them, so that your audience is actually resonating and hearing what you have to say.
Yeah, that's a great point. You would never do this maybe you could try this in a post, but you should almost, if you're writing, like, this is the audience of this post. In my head, to my employees, now you know the type of language that will most resonate and be something that they will draw onto. If you, like you said, if you write it for everybody, you're actually writing it for nobody. Focus on the few critical audiences, and know that still anyone on the fringe will still find something from it too. So it'll have a broader reach than you expect, but you really want to win with the people who are your target audiences.
Yeah.
The fifth thing is building a personal brand. This is a tough balance that wins with AI, right? It's something that the robots can find, and is something that the humans will remember as well. So you're building a brand to rank with AI and to resonate with humans. The balance of this is, so we've talked a lot about AI search. Social is a huge component of this. What doesn't work for AI search and ranking well is anything paid anymore. You can't just pay your way into ranking well, similar to how you could in the SEO era. You can pay to rank with Google's SEO. What you can do is a number of things that AI currently prioritizes for recommending people that are relevant to certain prompts. So like earned media interviews, third-party validation, thought leadership articles, social media. We talked about LinkedIn, number 2 most cited. Those things you can do and can influence your AI search. What you need to have, though, is authenticity and clear expertise.
Yes.
as part of that. You need recent, within a year, preferably for AI, sources. A number of sources across those things will really help propel. So you can't just do some stuff for AI search and let it sit. And finally, you need to have consistent messaging. This is like the most important element. On your website, on a blog, on LinkedIn, on whatever, having consistent messaging, AI likes very much. The tricky balance, you don't want to just sound like the same message always, because once someone who's searching on AI for something and they find you, so you've ranked with AI, you can't just be robotic and repetitive to like that level of consistency, that a human who you ultimately want to follow you and to trust you and to resonate with what you're saying, they can't just see this like templated consistent messaging. So they're kind of at odds in a sense. You need to do enough to rank well, and you can pulse check obviously with AI and ask prompts that you think customers or prospective talent might be looking for, but you also need to share your personality. You need to blend your personality with your expertise, because that's what humans are looking for too. They want authenticity, they want real life experiences, they want to follow people, they want to see who you are, not just, oh, this person is this role. So there's hobbies and habits and tons of different things that require business relevant skill sets, like discipline or organization or leadership, gardening, cycling, trips. Those are all things and many more that have business applicable messages that you can use and bring to life. Take a picture of your running shoes, right? You don't have to always have your face, though it is very helpful. Share who you are to resonate with humans, as well as the simple kind of checklist items and consistency that really matters with AI search.
And that's how you're going to continue to build as a thought leader as well. When you're talking about the same type of concept of topic, whether you're not repeating every word for word, but you're talking about the same concept, people will then go to you as a leader in that industry. They're going to you with their questions. They're going to you with, oh, Evan always knows kind of what's happening with this. I'm going to continue to follow him and know that you're the leading this industry. So it's applicable to finding AI to have being able to locate you and see you, and then people want to continue to interact with you. So good balance.
Listen, for any cycling tips, feel free to follow me on LinkedIn.
Follow Evan.
Maybe we'll cut that, maybe we won't.
We shouldn't. What does success actually look like? So that's more meaningful conversations, not just impressions overall. Better recruiting and better business opportunities for everyone, the executive in line and also your organization, your company as well. Increased speaking engagements, podcasts, interviews, media opportunities, all of that is going to skyrocket when you have this consistency and when you're really, truly succeeding on LinkedIn.
This is the dream.
This is the dream. This is the dream. And then stronger reputation overall. People are going to know who you are, what you stand for, what your passions are, and who you are as a person, other than just your job title.
I mean, the key takeaways from this whole video are AI is for reputation building. It's not just a digital resume anymore. Consistency over perfection. You're going to win by just showing up almost. You don't have to be perfect, but you got to start and you got to be there. Being authentic, not being corporate, not being robotic and repetitive, actually being a human and being authentic with folks. And then building a clear reputation, like having a unique stance that's unique to you and actually demonstrates who you are. And obviously, finally, like, just get started. Start building your reputation. If you wait to plan it out and make it perfect and you start a year from now, you'll be drastically behind where you would be if you started now and leveled up and evolved along the way. So get started, make your first post, do 135. We'll see you next time. Conveniently, the key takeaways are right behind that light.
They sure are. That I can read, but you can't.
Hey, sit down. You're
It's okay.
I told you it was bad placement. Didn't I?